Welcome to episode 55 of Blue-Lusional.
A week. Ended with a bang.
Literally. Not
Literally.
the bang, but a bang.
We'll get to that. Well, to start off our week, we had everyone spiraling as usual. Trump is continuing his trying to meddle in the midterms because he knows he's fucked. So he demanded all the ballots from the 2024 election. From Detroit, Aaron Parnish reported it. Everyone went straight to the comments. Oh my God, this is how democracy dies. It's over. And, democracy was supposed to die 12 deaths ago, but Democrats continue to win elections, which is funny. But, everyone thinks they're just going to roll over and just give it up. Well, that couldn't be further from the truth. The attorney general said, if this administration wants to bring this circus to our state, my office is prepared to protect the people's right to vote. Gretchen Whitmer, aka Big Gretch, governor of Michigan, said Michigan's elections remain safe and secure, and that any attempt to suggest otherwise would be seen as a means to wipe away residents' constitutional right to vote. Secretary of State. You should know who your Secretary of State is because they're pretty much in charge of voting for your state. Jocelyn Benson said their goal is to sow seeds of doubt about the legitimacy, they're telling you, of the results this November in 2026. We won't be intimidated by these tactics. Do these sound like people who are going to be like, well, here are the ballots. Like,
Go. Whatever you want.
y'all, stop with the instant doom spiraling. Anything happens. You guys have been so fucking spoiled for so long. And now the slightest inconvenience. He didn't even do anything. All he said was give them to me.
Those, and they said no. And he was like,
and they said no. And you guys said, it's over. Come on. Another thing. Now, I wasn't mad at people for spiraling on this one, but we knew better immediately. So, as you know, Virginia had their redistricting to vote on this past week because the Republicans said, Texas, we want 5 seats. We're just going to do it. We're not even going to ask people for their permission because we don't do consent over here as the GOP. We're just going to do it, right? So Virginia actually put it up to a vote. It was a little too close for my liking. It was 50 to 49%. But there was also a lot of meddling in there. Like we said earlier, they were sending out mailers to black voters with civil rights era type imagery on there. They're throwing Malcolm X on there. Fucking Peter Thiel throwing Malcolm X on a fucking mailer. The fucking nerve. So they were confusing people. So I'm sure, some people fell for it, and that's why they ended up voting no. But the yes went through. Virginia did pass a 10-1 redistricting in the Democrats' favor. And when the Republicans lose, they say, no. We didn't lose. You guys cheated.
we didn't.
Okay. You guys cheated. Okay. So what's his name? Jack Hurley, a lower court judge, as I think it was the day of or morning after, said, every single one of these votes is null and void. It is unconstitutional. This is the same Jack Hurley who tried to interfere beforehand, before the vote even happened, and the Virginia Supreme Court told him to shut the fuck up. Stop. Yep. So he ruled it unconstitutional, null and void. It's being appealed immediately. It's going to be appealed. And the Republicans are going to lose this one. But once again, you guys, a lot of you keep saying you have a pattern recognition. Really? Did you recognize the pattern of that? The Supreme Court, the highest law, the law in the land, already set the legal precedent that gerrymandering is cool, whoever you are, because they started this with Texas. And then, remember, Democrats broke quorum, and they literally escaped from Texas and then locked Nicole Collier in the chamber. Pepperidge Farm remembers. I know you guys forgot that. And then eventually this fight went all the way to the Supreme Court because their maps were illegal. And the Supreme Court said, you could gerrymander, which is now backfiring in their face. And remember, California did the same thing with Prop 50 and they voted on it and it went through. And then they sued and they said this is unconstitutional. And then the Supreme Court said, hey, remember we said it's cool. We said cheating is fine. We didn't say only you guys are allowed to. No, they can cheat too. Cause I mean, we're white nationalists, but we're not unfair. Okay. So everybody can fucking cheat. So it's going to be the same outcome. Okay. Use that pattern recognition you guys claim you have. Okay. This is going to go through, and this will officially give Dems the competitive edge in this fucking November. So check your voter registration, check when midterm primary election dates are, figure out how you're going to vote in November. Are you going to show up? You're going to do the mail-in? Figure it out. If you don't want to deal with ICE, do the mail-in.
Mm-hmm.
Do it early. Set a reminder in your cellular device. Okay? You got everything at your disposal. James Comer, who is one of the Republican leads on the House Oversight Committee, said that Republicans on the Oversight Committee are leaning in favor of a Ghislaine Maxwell pardon. I'm not gonna lie, I scrolled. I was like, yeah, that tracks.
That tracks. Honestly, more surprised it didn't happen sooner.
I'm like, she hasn't been yet.
Yeah.
That wasn't a fucking shock for me. That wasn't,
I'm shocked.
Yeah, but now what was shocking is that, well, it's not because we read Project 2025, right? So the U.S. embassies are requiring visa applicants to make their social media profiles public when they're doing their application. Wow.
Seems like that's going against multiple of the amendments.
Yeah, that's unconstitutional, not voting. Republicans think voting is unconstitutional.
Interfere with.
Yeah, they're like Fourth Amendment. No.
First Amendment, Fourth Amendment, immediately out the door.
We don't like none of those, especially the 19th. Oh no, we got to get rid of that one. Them's women's voting. We don't like that. It should have been with ICE. So the Trump administration, they're going to enter a deal with the shittiest airline, Spirit Airlines, right? Because they love a deal. They're going to invest $500 million into Spirit stock. What's that mean, guys? Deportation flights, right? Okay. Nothing's a coincidence. They also, the Trump administration, had to this past week start refunding the companies for the tariffs that were ruled illegal by the Supreme Court. The gag is that the consumers are not seeing any of that. So it was a fucking scam. What?
What?
The corporations got richer again. We never would have thought that would have happened under this president. Wow. I had no idea. Wow. He made the corporations more money. He's never done that before. Yeah. Yeah.
It's just all
It's
bad.
all bad. It's all bad. It's all bad.
Wait,
it's all bad.
Does that mean we can't fly Spirit anymore?
Are we gonna boycott the thoughts of flying Spirit?
As somebody who has had to fly Spirit, my two airlines that I usually fly, just depending on where I fly, is Spirit or Frontier. But flights that I had to take to Spirit, flights that I had to take Spirit, I don't have to do anymore because I don't have to fly to one of these places anymore. Yeah, you won't see me on Spirit. I'm gonna be on Frontier. Yeah. While they continue to do me dirty, but I'm not shocked. They love a deal, and so does Spirit. So do we, and that's why we booked Spirit Airlines.
And look at that. Not shocked. I said Spirit is doing this? Of course.
No, I know for a fact they were like American Airlines, and they were like, how cool would it be? And American Airlines is
They're like, they're already jumping down our throats because you guys have ice all up in our airports.
oh, you're gonna have to go down the line. And they were like, all right, fine. Spirit loves a deal.
Spirit was like,
Fine.
God, we needed an infusion of cash.
We're gonna charge them for everything. The baggage fees, the carry-on
Uh-huh.
fee. Your carry-on doesn't fit in this unproportionate box. Charge.
Everything.
That's a personal bag and a backpack. Charge them.
Charge it. Oh, you have on open-toed shoes? Charged.
I guess everybody's got to start
Shenanigans.
flying Frontier. It is what it is. We don't make the rules. All right. KK Caroline's ready to pop any day. That baby's coming any day with her grandpa. So she is on maternity leave, and they had all this time to get a replacement, and they didn't. So you want to know who the replacement's going to be? It's probably going to be Trump and JD Vance tag teaming the podium. And actually, I have probably a different take than everyone else. I love it. I love that idea. I love it. Put them both next to each other. They don't get to know what the questions are before. Put them both next to each other. And then I just need the journalists to do it, to like fucking do it. Ask the crazy fucking questions, okay? And you're not going to. And that's why might be okay with TMZ finally getting a press badge and ending up somehow in these press briefings, because at least TMZ is asking the hard fucking questions.
TMZ's not doing it they're doing the right thing for the wrong reason.
But a win is a win. So let TMZ in there. Yep, get Trump up there. I want to hear how he answers these questions.
Just let him talk for more than 60 seconds and it's immediate.
Like, we're like, at this point, it is May, pretty much May at this point. The general election is in November. She's going to be on maternity leave for a couple months. It's going to be...
She's not coming back. She's not coming back. No way. There's no way. There's no way.
Her final, case of business before she left. She said there's going to be shots fired.
That's what I'm saying. She was like, fuck it, guys, it's going down tonight.
Everyone's like, this is terrible. Oh my God. No, this is probably the best thing they've done. I can't wait.
And she was cheesing.
He said, they're going to do it. I just think every day could be a new person. Bring out Stephen Miller on a really bad day. Bring out Stephen Miller. And the thing with the press briefings is that they can't it's not like when you're on one news station and they can just cut it. TMZ's in there. They're not going to.
It's going to be bad.
It's Caitlin Collins. Bad. I need you to do. I need you, please. This is my plea. This is the only way it's going to be fun. It's not going to be fun if you guys all comply in advance and you don't ask him any hard questions and you guys cut out anything that he says that's bad. That's not going to be fun.
Ask him the questions that make him sundown. Literally trigger him.
I just need you to trigger him.
Trigger him into having a violent outburst.
Somebody just bring all the times he said 2 weeks and just keep asking the follow-up. Okay, so 2 weeks on this. 2 weeks on this. 2 weeks on... Do you have a fetish for 2 weeks?
For the number 14.
How long do you think you're going to live? 2 weeks?
So you said 2.5 years ago that there would be a new healthcare plan in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you guys to clock in. I'm very excited about it. This is my take on it. But white MAGA men, come to the front. We need to have a discussion, okay? Remember a month ago when they raised the enlistment age, it used to be 36 and they raised it to 42. And then they said, if you have a marijuana conviction, all good. That's fine. And they thought in doing that, you guys would be it would be like rope dropping Disney World at the enlistment.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother. you guys would be wrapping that line around multiple times to go enlist, and you didn't. And unfortunately, this administration can't just come out and say, we need you guys to enlist, because it doesn't look. So they're giving you another piece of bait. They said, you know what? You guys don't have to get the flu vaccine. They used to have the soldiers all had to get flu vaccines because, when you go overseas into other countries, there's a higher risk of you getting illnesses that you might not get here in this country. And you are immunocompromised because you're not being fed. If you guys have seen the rationing of food, you're not being fed. You're in terrible terrain. It's just bad. And in history, there's been outbreaks of flu in World War I that literally took out soldiers. Just took them
Fake
fucking out.
news.
Fake news. But they said no more of that. And all the Maha men, that was the one reason you weren't enlisting. That was your one reason. Couldn't do it.
Where are you guys at?
Vaccine. You guys just aren't enlisting fast enough. Because the truth of the matter is that all you guys want to do is get the largest American flag, drive to the beach in your pickup truck, and go to one of those Florida beaches where you can drive onto the beach. And you want to stick that flag in the sand along with your extra, extra large Trump flag. In all the years, you have a flag for each year. And then you want to drink a cooler full of beers, listening to country music on blast, inappropriately touching women and taking pictures of them on the beach, and then get in your car and drunk drive home. Eagle Scout.
Yeah.
You don't want to go into the army. You just want to look like you did. You want to shave your head. Like, you guys cosplay as soldiers.
Every time I run into one of you in the comment section saying, oh, this war is great, this war isn't illegal, I'm like, why the fuck aren't you in it then? What are you? No response.
They just want to cosplay as a soldier. So, you guys, you can't cosplay anymore. It's time to actually clock in. So get
And
down
stop
to the
getting mad
enlistment
when we
office.
ask you.
Yeah,
Stop
you
getting
guys are
mad.
like, we would never want you democrats in the military. Okay. Well, if we're not
Okay, yeah.
go, if you don't want us, then you have to go.
Yeah, I'm a pussy. Okay.
Sure.
Go die for Israel. Okay.
Get down there and enlist. You don't want us. Get on down there.
I'm a snowflake. I can't hold a gun. I'm a snowflake.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I'm just a girl.
I got Trump derangement syndrome. They won't let me
Yeah.
in. I'm too crazy.
You're too crazy. Yeah, I'm a woman. I'm easily able to be manipulated by the other side. But yeah, you guys gotta go enlist. Sorry about your luck. No more beachy summers drunk driving on the beach. That's over. Get over it. The DOJ is bringing back firing squads, electrocution, and the gas chamber for the death penalty because we weren't playing World War II enough. It's just funny that they're going to bring this back about how many months before the general election when we have a...
Uno reverse. You guys are setting yourselves up.
I don't know about you, but if I were the dictator, knowing that my time's probably up, if I'm still alive in November, I probably would have put that one on hold.
You know what? Good take. Good take. Art of war, never interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake. You know what? Go ahead, guys. Set it
I
up.
don't know about you, but in the meeting as Stephen Miller, I probably would have said, maybe we put that one on pause.
Table it.
Table that one. Because, guys, the gas chamber, it wouldn't be like a gas chamber. It would be like them putting like a plastic bag over your head where you would lose oxygen and like literally suffocate via like bag over your head.
Okay, so they put this through. I have a list ready to go the second new Congress is sworn in.
And they're trying to say it's because death right now, I'm pretty sure the only type of death penalty option is lethal injection. Because I'm pretty sure the last state that had firing squads or electrocution was a while back. I think it's only lethal injection now, but I guess it's expensive to get lethal doses of the injection that they give you. So instead, they said, let's give you 3 options that just so happened to be very prominent in certain parts of history, like World War II. Because we're really trying to say we're not Nazis. So that really helps the we're not Nazi propaganda. All I'm saying is just a bold decision to make a couple months out from an election.
Go for it. I'm never gonna shut the fuck up about it once they're installed, though.
They're like, the Democrats would never. When they win back the House, they'll get rid of that. We'll be front row at the Nuremberg trials. And trust I'm going to have this saved when it comes to sentencing time. And we should hold up which one we want.
Give them the chamber. Put Stephen Miller in the chamber.
Yep. So that happened. Just in case you want to know, that's probably going to get fought in court. So don't be surprised when that probably doesn't happen. One can dream and hope. But you know who's not playing games? Hungary's new prime minister. Okay. He said, Bibi, if you pull up in Hungary, I'm arresting you on fucking sight.
Damn, that's crazy.
Sight.
You guys said he was a Zionist. What happened?
You guys ask? He is a wanted war criminal by the ICC. He has a warrant out for his arrest. And yet a lot of you people won't call him a war criminal. I'm talking about all of the establishment Dems that still take APAC money. I'm talking about the number one person you guys listen to for all of your news, Aaron Parnas. Won't call him a war criminal when he literally has a warrant from the international courts for being a war criminal.
Crazy.
And Hungary prime minister said, I have this warrant in the back of my pocket. You step foot here.
He won that election and said, I'm going to flip all this shit over.
And you want to know what's crazy, guys? He's not a liberal. He's still on the right. He's still conservative.
Well, by their standards over there, being a conservative is essentially being a progressive.
That's crazy. I wish we could do that here.
Man, if only you guys would vote. Jeez.
See, we could vote our way out of it and then tell Bibi Netanyahu that if he comes to America, he's getting arrested on sight. There goes APAC. One fell swoop.
I'll do a citizen's arrest. Somebody deputize me.
I will park myself at the Philly International Airport.
There he is!
Get him! You know, if the prostate cancer doesn't get him first. And to nobody's surprise, Trump posted this really long, like 7-page long racist True Social post. I'm sure you guys saw the tiniest of font and everybody said, I'm not reading that shit. Even Iran said, let us know if we're mentioned in here because we're not reading that shit. China said, let us know. And it wasn't anything he wrote or anybody else wrote. No, he just took a transcript from a 10-minute long podcast clip by Michael Savage. And if you are like, that name kind of sounds familiar. Yeah, it's the guy that Gavin Newsom had on his podcast. The conspiracy theorist. He's pretty much Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, but a little more on Trump's side. It's like you take conspiracy theorist Candace Owens, but still keep her a Trumper. And that's Michael Savage. And it's basically a 10-minute clip of him saying that, talking about birthright citizenship, but specifically going after Indians and Asians, saying that they are gangsters with laptops.
That was crazy.
And calling them second-class citizens and saying they come here when they're 9 months pregnant just to give birth here. With zero evidence, no facts, of course, no statistics. And Trump said, yes. So he reposted it, and posting that clip wasn't enough. He needed to post the transcript.
Yep.
The whole transcript of it. The problem is that a lot of people don't realize that he posted that because everyone said, I'm not reading that shit. Including me for a hot minute. I was like, I'm not reading all of that.
And then I ran into it and I was like...
Yeah, and then I was like, there's no way he wrote it. There's no way. No, I did some digging. It was just that podcast clip. Literally just the transcript of it that he probably downloaded off YouTube.
Indian, Asian supporters of his, you guys thought you were safe?
They said, wait a minute.
Thought he wasn't going to talk shit about you too?
And he's going to say, well, I didn't say it. Michael Savage said it.
I just know every other person of color is like, why aren't they going after the black people though? Why are we all coming up first? What the fuck?
What did we do?
Told you he's coming for everybody. You guys
We
don't want to
said
listen.
nobody's safe. I don't know what flew over everyone's head. Still flying over the white women's heads.
It's everyone.
It's everyone.
It's everyone. He hates all of us.
Wasn't just going to be. What did you think was going to happen when they start to strip birthright citizenship for people?
They thought it was going to be Latinos. It's literally the same thing. It's Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner is the fucking microcosm of every fucking MAGA voter. She was like, "Man, I'm gonna vote for you. I'm gonna peddle this fucking propaganda,
You can
but I'll be good, right?
but you're not going to touch mine, right?
Mine's good. You're gonna put in a special request for me, right? Oh no, they're gonna assign me mail on.
I'm going to go on a podcast about this.
I didn't think this was gonna affect me. You guys are fucking stupid. Real
That's
stupid.
crazy. Anyway,
Sucks.
sucks. Crazy. If you were paying attention, last night was supposed to be the White House Correspondents' Dinner that they have every single year. And I don't know about you, but I didn't care about this White House Correspondents' Dinner, except that I hoped the man would fall asleep and we get some funny clips of it. I wasn't expecting for there to be a shooting, but there was a shooting basically outside of the dinner. There was a shooting and the place was evacuated and they canceled the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And for some reason, Trump said, I'm going to go do a press briefing because the show must go on. So I'm going to get in front of a camera right after the world thinks that I had an attempted assassination. What I'm going to do is get on camera. We weren't born yesterday, and the internet as a whole immediately, without fail, said, I'll take that didn't happen for $500. Here's my check. Give me my check. The problem is that your Republican crisis actors are terrible. You said, let me bring in Erica Kirk. She's hated by Republicans. I don't know what you thought. You were bringing Erica Kirk. You're going to put your cabinet members out in the audience, and they're going to react terribly because they're all going to forget that they were supposed to be surprised by this. So you have Pete Hegseth stand up with his wife, just walking in the middle of the ballroom out the front fucking door. You have Stephen Miller using his own pregnant wife as a shield, just grabbing her by the tits.
Copping a feel.
And in the picture where he's grabbing her by the tits and using her as a shield, you just see Trump in the wings, just watching this all unfold. You have people still eating their dinner at the table. You have RFK Jr. just leave Cheryl, his wife, at the table, run up onto the stage and off the stage, because that's definitely what you do when there's an active shooter. And then nobody was protecting Cheryl, so she's just running about 5-10 feet behind by herself.
Solo.
Just solo, running for the hills. There's so many funny moments. They took JD Vance off the stage first. If that doesn't tell you what it needs to tell you.
Dana White had a gigantic shit-eating grunt.
They were like,
they said, "What'd you think?"
Like, out of all of them, who's probably the worst actor is like JD. You know, he's just really not good at the acting. He fumbles, he drops things. We should take him out off the stage first. So he, you know, because he's not good at acting. The rest of you should be good at this. And they're like, they didn't even duck for freaking cover. They were like, I stand up now. Let me just walk on out.
Stand up now.
Patel was like the first one out of the building, out in the street calling for his car while everybody's running out crying, and he's just,
brother, you're the law enforcement here,
director of the FBI, and he was outside, and somebody went up to him with the camera and was like, hey, do you know what's going on? And he's just like, he's the meme.
Shouldn't you be investigating? Nope, can't be bothered.
Can't. Yeah, there was just so many funny moments that came out of it. But the funniest one is they had a live stream angle of Trump sitting and eating, and he's next to Melania, and they're all laughing, and you can slowly kind of hear the shots fired, and then everybody's getting under the table, and then Trump obviously is sundowning, so somebody comes on stage with a piece of paper and is like, "It's time for you to we're doing the thing, like, right now. You're not reacting. This is happening right now." And he was like, Get up." Meanwhile, he didn't tell his fucking wife, so Melania is like, "Oh my god, we're gonna die."
They're finally gonna get it.
This time. She immediately ducks under the table, and then he gets up, and they're walking him out, and he fucking eats shit just onto the ground, and they're just, like, dragging his body up the stairs, and then Melania's it's
No,
just
he went to save her.
yeah, and somebody was like, "He didn't fall, he ducked down to pick up his wife." I'm like, "He can't even pick up his own legs and walk."
He can't wipe his ass. What do you mean? He went to save her.
Guys, I got home and I was laying in bed and I didn't go to sleep till like 1:30 because I had tears streaming down my face, every angle. I'm not even talking about Erica Kirk. She does a pass by as she does with the tears. I just want to go home. Somebody posted, "So do all the children in Dilley Detention Center, Erica." And if you stop showing up to all these places that they don't want you and just go home to your fucking kids.
No one will notice. No one will notice if she's gone.
Somebody said Charlie would be disappointed that you said that. That's not what
Charlie,
you're
who
looking for.
he wanted this world, okay? A minor inconvenience about a public shooting.
Yeah. I mean,
Second
then
Amendment.
it's just they already were like, you know, the crazy leftist half-naked man wrapped him in tinfoil at the scene of the crime, falsely said he was dead, even though there's video of him very much alive. It does not look like he was hit by any bullets either, even though there was 5 shots.
That's security footage.
Security footage, grainy security footage, and you just see him running.
Naruto running, and just everyone's like, "Oh no!"
We should do it. It's time. Like, it seems like a code word was supposed to go off in their ears or something that they practiced, and then that didn't happen. And so he's like, "I run now."
And just the math, it's just not mathing. Parnas said he spoke to somebody who was in the hotel, and they were like, "Well, the key card access to get into the elevators were fried." Dude is in a video with Usha Vance from like 13 years ago. It's like, okay.
17 building a prototype for a wheelchair. Things aren't adding up. And Trump was like, all the bots need to go off at the same time and say that we need to build the ballroom. This would have never
In
happened
unison.
if the ballroom was there. And you know what? Yeah, that the gunman would have entered and said, "You know what? I can't in a ballroom. That's where I draw the line."
And guess what, guys? MAGA fell in line and said this is why he needs the ballroom.
In
It's
unison.
it's almost like this was the intended outcome.
Like, it's almost like it was staged. Because, when even his own supporters just very recently, like as of last week, started questioning what happened in Butler, he was like, "You know what? We should do it again. They'll believe
Run it back.
run it back, and let's like really tie up those loose ends. We got to do it in a bigger setting. We have to create chaos, and then it'll be like, but let's not kill anyone, you know.
Let's not kill
We'll
anyone
make
this
it seem
time.
so heroic. Nobody has to die. It's just gonna be super chill, and if everybody can just act, that would be great. And nobody could act. There
Not
was
a
no Oscar
soul.
award performances last night. Even
Dana White
Erica
and
was
all
terrible.
his CTE. That was fucking awesome.
He said, "That was great." The journalists were taking wine bottles off the table and they're like, "They're stealing." Like, that's what some of you got from the situation, was like the journalist just stealing the wine. Yeah, I'd be like, I'm taking this fucking.
I would.
Yeah.
The fuck?
But my favorite video is the guy eating the mashed potatoes while everybody's on the ground. He's like,
Mhm.
"I'm not wasting my dinner."
He's like, I know this isn't real. Can we speed this up?
Can we speed this up? It's just theatrics. It's all theatrics.
WWE.
It didn't happen, and we're probably never
Okay.
gonna hear about this again because it was so bad. It was so badly done. I promise you guys we're never gonna hear about this again. Just like Butler, we will never hear about this again.
Same thing.
There's a
Different font.
manifesto. They're gonna put anti-ballroom shell casings at the scene. Everyone's gonna be like, "I don't buy it, I don't buy it," and they're gonna be like, "You know what? We're just gonna don't bring that up again." But the icing on the cake was that Fox News had interviewed Caroline Levitt right before the
Oh yeah.
and she's like, "It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so good. Shots are gonna be fired." And now MAGA is calling for her investigation. This is how fast they turn on women.
Come on, man. Don't tell me don't tell me that's a coincidence. These people cannot stop telling on themselves. Don't fucking tell me that's a
MAGA said,
coincidence.
"Investigate her ass." And white
Wait
women
a
are like,
minute.
"But we're safe, right? They're not gonna do anything to us." Kristi Noem, Pam Bondi, it's gonna be KK Caroline next.
Yeah.
All right?
Well, that's why she got knocked up.
She had her
She's gonna
exit
do
plan.
she's gonna do it on her own terms. And people called it
Mhm, mhm.
with
Well,
her grandpa baby.
yeah. Well, it was a
With her
nice try.
Yeah, yeah. So the embarrassment didn't stop there. This was earlier in the week though. So Cash Patel's been in the news lately, aka Crash Patel. He's now suing the Atlantic for 250 mil for them just speaking to people who were part of the FBI, and they were giving them true stories about him, being a straight up alcoholic, them needing to have a battering ram to get him out of his room, him, probably just forgetting what his password was and thinking that he was completely locked out and he was fired. Whole bunch of shit. That's going to get tossed out. What's it called? Congress is launching a probe into him now, and they're demanding that he submits to an alcohol use test. That's going to be hilarious. And according to Dasha Burns from Politico, who spoke with White House officials, Kash Patel is going to be the next to go. Another fucking head cut off the Hydra. There was another one. The labor secretary, another woman, Lori Chavez Dreamer, resigned. Lori was wilding out though. She had allegations of using taxpayer money to throw a birthday party for herself, and she's also under investigation for having an inappropriate relationship with an employee, and I'm pretty sure they were underage. Well, not underage, I think they're like 19. Under her age. Gross still. Oh, skip one. RFK had a Senate hearing last week, and it
Oof.
was worse than the other ones. I didn't think it would get worse. He said that Trump has alternative math. So remember alternative facts? We're now introducing alternative math into the ethos. The only thing about that is math is math. Like there's no it's not like you don't change it. Like numbers are numbers, period. Yeah, so they said when it comes to trying to create data and stuff, they have their own way of getting percentages.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay?
Mhm.
So don't
Don't ask
don't worry
how.
about that. All right. I know you've heard this one. So when he made his statement about black kids a while back, he said that they're all on psychedelics and that they should be sent to wellness farms to be reparented. You've seen that clip. You've seen it. He was called out in that Senate hearing. I forget the senator
Mhm.
that was asking him that, but she was like, "You said this." He was like, "Well, I don't remember." She's like, "I can play the recording for you. I can send it to you." And he's like, "Well, I'm sorry if I ever said that." Bro,
It's such a hard
everything's in
watch,
4K.
such a hard watch.
So bad. It's just so bad. So maybe RFK will be on the chopping block soon. Who knows? After we get rid of Cash and KK Caroline,
Who's gonna be
let's
next?
see. Let's see if we can keep going down the fucking line. Hey, we're still in a war. Probably not going to end
Weeks.
anytime soon. It's not going to end anytime soon.
2
Why?
more weeks.
Because 2 more weeks.
More weeks.
Okay. And by weeks, I mean years. Times 10. Because they're doing it on purpose. They're literally making money off of it. So Trump Jr., Trump's favorite kid, he is backing a drone company named Power Us. I guess it's Power Us. They are trying to sell drone interceptors to Gulf states that are being attacked by Iran. It's called playing both sides. You start the war and then you sell the weapons to the people who are being attacked by the people that you're attacking. Only there was something that we could have read to stop this. Jared Kushner, Trump's nephew, who is not, nobody elected him for anything. But that man stays up in the Middle East. He stays
I want to
up
be
in
with
there.
Bronco. He said, I'll stay over here.
I will be an unofficial ambassador. So he is pitching Gulf state leaders like the leaders in Saudi Arabia. He's trying to get them to invest in his private companies. It's corruption in blatant sight, right in our faces. They
Yeah,
don't
me
care.
where he was elected to do that. Point me in that direction.
Jared Kushner is just begging for money. That is what his fucking job description is.
There's some
Invest in my
blackmail on him.
companies.
There's some
Help me
blackmail.
help flatten Gaza.
Mhm.
That's what it is. So yeah, they want this war to keep going, and they're going to keep funding it from every side. The Iranians, they didn't show up for the peace deal. They're winning the narrative battle. Like they're winning the narrative battle. So there was supposed to be peace talks happening in Pakistan. JD was supposed to go. They said, yo, you guys broke the ceasefire. Why are we going to come? You're not interested in peace. So why are we showing up to a peace talk? You're selling drone parts to other Middle Eastern countries. You guys aren't serious. You think we're stupid? Watch this Lego video. So they canceled their trip. They said, we're not going. But you know our president. He said, no, I canceled it.
Yeah.
It was me.
It was me.
I didn't want to go. Okay? It wasn't them. I canceled it. Okay? It was me. Making JD look bad again. So funny. So funny. So funny. So, due to that, he indefinitely extended the ceasefire that they never followed.
Really winning. We won again, guys.
Winning. But Iran came through quick and said, nah, we didn't ask for that. We don't want that. No, put your fucking hands up. We're fighting. Oh, you thought we weren't going to fight back? No. That's why you guys have to sell drone parts.
Yep.
Because we're blowing shit up. And like we said earlier, the food situation is bad. The service members, hey man, y'all need to start a coup because you're either gonna die of being bombed, shot, or fucking starvation. You're not coming home one way or another. There is one service member who has lost 17 pounds already since being deployed.
You're diverting care
So-
packages as well.
So I'm sure there's more that are in that same exact position. Yeah. You guys got a decision to make. Okay. And also in the middle of all that, he's fired the Navy Secretary, John Phelan, in the middle of doing our little naval blockade.
Oh,
I'm sure it had nothing to do with asking him to follow illegal orders. I'm sure that's
I'm sure he got
nothing.
word that China said as they passed right through, and he said, wait, you were supposed to block that. You're supposed to block it. And he's like,
Hey, shoot!
you
Hey,
don't have the means to do all of that. And he was like, you're
shoot
fired.
shoot the Chinese ship.
A kid probably shouldn't do that. And he's like,
I don't know.
pack your fucking bags.
I don't know if I can do that. It's China.
China.
So get the fuck out.
Yeah, get the fuck out.
Damn it.
Winning. So much winning.
And listen, guys, if you're a fan of safe sex, the war's not helping. All right. War fucks up everything, okay? So condoms are set to rise 20 to 30% due to the war. Why? because Carrick's CEO, one of the biggest condom manufacturers in Malaysia, is facing a shortage of synthetic rubber. Why? Because there's shipping delays and shipping costs. Huh. I wonder why. Maybe because shipping routes are being blocked.
This is part of the master scheme for people to have more babies. They said, actually, wait, that's perfect.
This is perfect.
Or
We
how much
start
you
the
can do.
shortage. They don't use the
Can't
condoms,
afford the
and then
condoms, babies.
we aren't replaced as the majority.
Yeah.
Everyone
The birth
wins.
rate is declining. How do we do this? Let's get into a war with Iran. Fuck up the shipping. Fuck up
Put our
the
tit for
pricings for them to raise the condom price like 20-30%. That's all we need because the teens, it's really like they have like $1 to their name.
they're gonna spend it all on gas anyway.
Yeah, and then they can't, and then they'll have to have the babies. And perfect.
We got them.
Got
We
'em.
got them. They spend all their money on gas. They go
Mhm.
see each other have the babies.
Yeah, and then we'll run.
Who said this administration's
Oh
dumb?
my god, look what happened in the past 4 years. People are having so many babies. Administration, birth rate is rising.
It's gonna be looking like
One way
South
to do
Korea
it.
here. It's gonna be looking like South Korea here with that birth rate.
Yeah.
Very soon. It's happening.
Basically, if you ask him if it's gonna be another 2 more weeks or what we're looking like, he said, "Don't fucking rush me. Why do you keep
Don't worry about it.
asking me when this is gonna be over? Okay? Don't rush me." That's what he said. He's
Why are you so worried about it?
Donnie, like, in the hospital when you're like, "Hey, you gotta take your meds." "Don't fucking tell me what to do."
Don't talk to me.
That's where we're at. So don't rush him, even though he keeps telling you it's only gonna take 2 weeks. You should know what he means at this point. You should know it's just a joke. Remember when he said he was gonna end the war in Ukraine day 1, and then he told you he meant that as a joke, and you guys should have known it was a joke? That's what he means now. Whenever he says 2 weeks, you should just know that it's a joke.
Half past February.
All right, let's get into an ICE update. So it came out this week that ICE is developing smart glasses that's basically going to record everyone and go back to a database where it's going to match your movements, your face, your skin tone to some sort of records that they're going to get so that they can identify people and detain them.
I wonder what social media mogul is probably going to end up being the one that mass produces those.
I'll give you a hint. They've done it already. Yeah, remember when that was a thing? Yeah, I can tell you right now, that's gonna be a problem with the Fourth Amendment.
Zuckerberg, you will pay for your crimes.
They said, "The blackmail on Mark, it's time for you to clock in." All right? So, now they're not gonna be wearing masks, and now they're all gonna be wearing glasses. Great! Make it even harder to identify the ICE agents, but make it even easier for the ICE agents to identify anyone that they wanna detain. Great, really good shutdown, guys. So good. Another thing that's happening is they're saying that DHS is going to build a detention center concentration camp to house children and families that is located on top of a contaminated site with a high rate of toxic chemicals. It is the England Air Force Base in Louisiana, and they have forever chemicals that were recorded up to 575,000 times higher than federal drinking water limits in their groundwater. And that contamination comes from firefighting foam, from military burn operations, because the site was operated as a Air Force base where they did a lot of training and testing of things. And that even if the drinking water is piped from elsewhere, there is still chemicals in the air and in the soil. So dust is still going to be contaminated. That's going to be very dangerous for everyone there. And what they tried to say is, well, it's only supposed to be a short-term facility, meaning that we're only going to keep people there for like a couple days at a time while we figure out another
2 weeks.
to send them to. So all good, right? And The environmentalists and definitely attorneys everywhere are just like, yeah, that's not happening. Mind you, they don't have money to do this right now because we're in a shutdown. They're not getting that type of money. That's like the agents are getting paid, but this is the type of money that's being held right now. They're not being funded to buy warehouses, to build infrastructure. That's the money that's being held right now. So, whatever dream they have to do this, they can't even do it right now.
And what they did last week with the what is it, the reconciliation package, that still
Mhm.
has to get approved by the Senate parliamentarian fucking hates them. And it has to go back to the House and it has to go back to the it's still a shutdown.
Yeah. Um, yeah. So, yeah, the cruelty is the point. We say every week, cruelty is the point. Yes, and yeah, those toxins and the contamination that's like cancer breeding ground. So,
Human
even
rights
workers that
violations.
are there, everyone. So, that's not going to happen. That's going to not happen. Yes, that really did happen for this week. The Iran war, it's the Dems' fault. Trump said it's the Dems' fault because the Dems keep pushing him. They keep pushing him, and if they push him and he makes a bad deal, it's going to be the Dems' fault pushing him. He might just go into another war if you keep pushing him. Keep pushing his button.
The Dems have no power.
No
So it's
power.
like,
But you guys keep
just stop
asking him when it's
talking to
going to
me.
end,
You
you
guys
know,
keep asking him questions.
and you're getting him mad. And you want to know what old people with dementia do when they get mad? They get aggressive and angry, and they just blow everything up.
Did you just ask me when is this going to be? Oh, I'm going to make it go
He
even
just
longer.
told you not to rush him, okay? You guys are making committees.
You're making, you're making committees. You're asking me stuff.
Stuff.
You're asking for my
All
medical
your fault.
records. I'm totally fine.
And I'm gonna keep this war going just for the principle of the matter, and it's their fault. I
You
would have
guys are
ended it.
pissing me
I would
off.
have ended it 2 weeks ago, but every time they ask me when it's gonna end, I'm adding another week.
The worst part is that we're probably not exaggerating.
We're not. It's like you're a kid when you're like, I'm taking away your 5 more minutes of screen time tonight if you don't eat your dinner, and they just fucking toss their food on the ground. That's how that's where we're at. The Dems, they're like knocking on his door. Hey, what do you
Hey,
think in
bud.
another 2 weeks? And he's like, just for saying that, 10 weeks. Hakeem, get out of my fucking face.
Hey, bud. We see you missed your physical this year. 20 more weeks.
Hey, Donnie, we have some McDonald's for you. And a note in there. Text me the answer. It's just, will the war end? Yes or no? Circle which one. Yeah. So Dems, it's our fault. We should
Whoops.
just
Sorry.
shut the fuck up. Stop asking. And of course, Trump, I believe he was on CNN, whoever lets him on there. I'm pretty sure it was CNN or CBS, who knows. But they were asking him again when this war would end. And in true draft dodger fashion, he brought up Vietnam War and said, will you guys shut the fuck up? Because if I was the president during the Vietnam War, aka the war that I found bone spurs and was able to dodge that draft, I would have ended it. And I would have won it and I would have ended it a couple days very quickly. So you should be thankful, is what you should be. I would have it's just the war you dodged. Okay. He's like, I'm not gonna go fight in that war. If I were the president, I would have never done that.
If they send me over there, I'm going to kill everybody.
And yeah, nothing's gonna pass in the House right now because this is the type of shit. These are the bills that are now just sitting on the House floor that they're trying to push through. It's not, I'm gonna tell you guys, it's not healthcare.
What?
No, it's not healthcare. No, it's not sanctions on ICE agents. It's none of that. No, the Republicans have introduced bills, the following bills. They want to put Trump, carve him into Mount Rushmore. They want to require the State Department to give him a Trump Peace Prize because, of course, the Nobel Peace Prize thing isn't working out for him. So they want the state to be required to give him his own Peace Prize. They want to rename 2 airports after him. It is the Palm Beach Airport and the Dulles Airport, they want to create a $250 bill. So we're going to get rid of the pennies, but now we're going to create a $250 bill with his face on it. And after that, we're going to make his birthday a federal holiday. That is some Make-A-Wish list if I've ever seen one. They said, "What would you like to do in your, last," and he said, "I just need my name on everything.
I want to
Anything
be
you
on
can put
money.
my name on."
Hey, you think you can get me up on Mount Rushmore?
And they're like, "We'll just put all these bills out there, and we'll see which ones stick."
I said something's got to pass, right? It's okay. Here, eat your burger, but big guy.
The crazy part is that they're actually writing these bills and trying to pass them. Meanwhile, these are the same Republicans screaming that nobody's doing anything about the Epstein files, and yet they're sitting here coming up with a fucking bill to come up with their own version of the Peace Prize to give him. And last but not least, Pete Hegseth says that the Department of War should get the Nobel Peace Prize next. The Department of War should get the Nobel Peace Prize
Sounds
because
legit.
we've been very peaceful. We
With
haven't
all
rocked
this
any
war.
boat. That's why we haven't seized any boat and taken oil from it.
They've quite literally
We
rocked
haven't
every boat.
taken our boats and blocked any strait that people rely on oil.
We haven't rocked a single boat. Not literally or figuratively.
Speaking, no. We only named ourselves the Department of War because we just want to look tough, just in
Because it
case.
sounded cool.
Just in case. But we're so peaceful. You're so peaceful.
Yeah. Peace through strength.
Nothing
Or whatever the
says
fuck.
peace like not giving our soldiers food
What? They fight better when they're hungry.
or just blowing boats out of the water and just saying they had a bunch of drugs on there, but we have no evidence.
They were narco terrorists.
They were narco terrorists, but I don't have any proof of that. You're just gonna have to trust me, bro. Congressional approval, never heard of her.
For
Really
what?
peaceful. So Trump's like, what the fuck? That's supposed to go to me. Pete's like, maybe they can pass some bill to give you your own one, but I think we should get it. This is what
I need it
happens
now.
when there's just a bunch of narcissists.
But a peace prize, not the war.
It's literally the scene of Friends when Ross is figuring out who ate his Thanksgiving leftover sandwich, and he's like, "My sandwich, my sandwich."
My award? All right. I'll find someone else.
And they're like,
Someone else will commit war crimes.
Donald, we already have a bill in place. All right, we're gonna make you your own Peace Prize.
Oh, yay.
The Nobel Peace Prize, most noblest of them all.
Like my kids, no, but I want the Nobel Peace Prize. I want that one.
Wow. And if my face isn't carved into the side of fucking Mount Rushmore by my birthday, I'm gonna lose it.
I'm gonna add 50 years onto the war.
Just who gave him the Make-A-Wish list and told him to fill it out? Who did it?
Who told him he was dying?
You guys, you Republicans, you guys are a bunch of bitches. You will go down in history as some pussy ass bitches.
Submissive ass men.
Like, come on. He can't even stay awake, and you guys are terrified of him. Oh my god.
You guys are not going to be able. You're not going to be allowed to talk for a very long time when we're done with this shit.
We don't have money to print money. We don't have printing money. And you want to print $250 bills?
What are we? We're insolvent.
We can't make money physically. That costs money. So, why can't you just give them a birthday card? Like a normal fucking person.
I can't wait to wake up to the next terrible thing in the morning.
That's fucking it for this week.
Something stupider than that is going to be on my phone at 6:45 in the morning.
It's gotten to that point, guys. It just has. It's the fact that we are all as a collective are over it, where we hear shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner and all in unison I don't know about that.
No, it didn't.
Oh.
No,
Next.
it didn't.
Don't waste my fucking night.
Why are you lying?
My Saturday night?
There was playoff basketball. I was watching the Timberwolves.
Just insane.
Yeah, now some of you fucking mainstream media people like on MSN are like, oh well, it was real because we were in the room. Really? So they told you
So you
that,
saw the
hey,
shell casings?
hey guys, that was crazy. Totally wasn't staged though. Okay.
All right, we have your correspondents taking wine bottles off the table. All right, just enjoy your free wine and shut up.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up. Stop helping them.
Like it's just whether or not it was isn't the point.
The fact that we have
The
to
fact
question it.
that no matter if it was staged, it was terrible acting, and if it wasn't staged, it was a terrible response. Just terrible all around. It shouldn't
Doesn't look good
matter.
either way.
It shouldn't matter. And if it was real, it's even more embarrassing. If it was real and they were like, "We gotta get JD Vance first." Stephen
God,
Miller
yeah.
is gonna use his wife as a human shield. It's just the like, I hope it is staged because if it's not, it's worse. They
You
said,
just
"Oh,
got people eating mashed potatoes. You
yeah.
got Dana White.
This is great." Pete's like, "I'm gonna walk out the front door. Stand up." He said, "Wife, get your ass up. Let's go."
Let's go. Cash going straight to the bar.
What's funny is on the recording, Pete gets up and then they're leading him to the front door and he's like, "Shouldn't we go to the back?" And then they
And
just
like,
keep
nah,
walking out the front door.
there it's like, nah, it's cool. We know the guy.
He's like, "Wait, guys, should we probably go up back where Trump is?" No? Front door? Okay. Cash Patel's like, "I'm already at the next bar." Like the
And
worst way that could have been handled. So
Cash was asking who wanted to split an Uber with him on the way out.
the XL, did you guys close down the street for something?
Why are the cops here?
They're blocking the way. Is there like a lobby bar? Like, it's just
Uh,
ridiculous. Like even MAGA's like, I hope this was staged because this is so fucking embarrassing. Yeah, that's all we have for this week. It's fucking embarrassing all
yeah.
around. Um,
Yeah.
we'll see you next week
Thursday.
for more embarrassment.
Yeah.
Each week, each Monday, you get to sit with us and listen to all the embarrassing things. Like, I love how we started off with, like, we are breaking down the news you need to know. And now we're just like, this is some embarrassing shit that happened this week.
That's it. We're just covering embarrassment on a weekly basis. That's just what it is at this point.
Thank you for sticking around.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Appreciate the new subs.
Yes, yes. Thank you guys. And we will see you next week. And we will also see you this Thursday for Chat GRC. Bye.
Peace.